Dobry wieczór, privet is Minsk. Guys, good evening and welcome from Minsk on a very beautiful, balmy and absolutely amazing Wednesday afternoon. Summer is around the corner, spring is definitely here, and I'm on my bike, as you can see. Okay, so I know all of you guys are all locked up at the moment. There's lockouts, quarantines everywhere in Western Europe and North America and so on, but here I'm going to show you a glimpse of life in Belarus that is open. No lockdowns, nothing like that at all, guys. So I'm going to take you on a journey to see how life is normal, quite normal here, without the lockdowns and etc. So welcome, guys, to Belarus, the only country in Europe which isn't locked down. Let's do this. Let's go. Quite a busy afternoon here in Minsk. Okay, now, a question that I got from a number of my subscribers is as follows. Are the restaurants and bars open here in Minsk right now, in the only country in Europe that doesn't have a lockdown? And I can tell you that they are. Because right now I'm on Ulica Revolucionaya, Revolution Street. And as you can see here, some of the bars are still open. Brussels, you've Godji, Bar Kitchen, I Am Revolt. So some of the most popular restaurants and bars are actually still open here in Minsk. However, I would be lying to you if I said that the current Mexican beer crisis has not had any effect on businesses. Yes, they have. Quite a number of businesses and bars, etc., have actually closed down. So that is actually a given. It is as it is, guys, as Harold Balder said. And one of those, of course, is Vinishkaf, just across the street from me. That closed down about 2 weeks ago. Vechnaya Pamyat. Yeah, always in my memories, guys, Vinishkaf. That closed down, by the way, unfortunately. Opened about 5 years ago. It was quite a popular haunt here in Minsk, but unfortunately it has fallen victim to the current crisis. Okay, so actually what is happening so far here in Belarus in relation to the Mexican beer? So far the current statistics are as follows. So the government here has carried out approximately 300,000 tests. Approximately 900 people are being infected every day, and the overall policy here has been towards herd immunity, whereas in other parts of Europe they've gone for the complete and total lockdown. Now, do lockdowns work? That depends on who you ask, but the thing about it is, the current policy here in Belarus is, as I mentioned, the herd immunity. However, the government has been taking precautions. As I said, the healthcare system here is quite good, and they've been testing quite a lot of people, and when people get admitted to hospital, people are separated in hospital beds, and the healthcare system here is well able to adapt and well able to cope the way things are at the moment. That being said, hospitals in some areas are busy, in other areas they're not so busy. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, guys, this place here is the TNT Rock Club, and it's closed, as we see here on the sign here on the door, telling people that because of the current crisis, the club right now is closed. As that's the management of the TNT Rock Club, another live music venue that was actually quite popular here in Minsk. Okay, but getting back to current government policy, okay, it's actually, so it's quite unique. The only country that is actually doing it in Europe is actually Sweden, super liberal Sweden. Now, the thing about lockdowns is you either do it properly or you don't do it at all. Like in Britain and in Ireland, the policy was carried out in a very haphazard way. Like in Ireland, for example, the government allowed Italian rugby fans to come to Dublin, while in the UK they allowed the Cheltenham Race Festival to go ahead. That ended with about 200,000 people gathering together. That, of course, gave rise to a lot of the infections. Okay, so here anyway in Belarus, as we mentioned, okay, the government has adopted a completely different policy, and it's going for the maximum in saying that it can't do a lockdown for obvious reasons. And the reasons is, if you're going to do a lockdown, you will basically crash the economy. Okay, so that is the overall policy here in Belarus in relation to this, and it's drawn a lot of ire from the opposition. Now, I know you guys have been sending me you guys have been sending me lists and links from people like Basta and Charter 97. I know these links, I know these opposition sites, I read them every now and again, and if you're asking me, it's complete and total disinformation. That's what it is. Okay, now, am I dismissing it? Definitely not. I'm not dismissing what is happening here, but we should take precautions, and people are taking precautions. People are working from home, they're wearing they are self-isolating, etc. But here I think overall it's been a bit of common sense here in relation to this. The government has recognized that there is a problem, and they've dealt with it in perhaps the best way that they possibly can deal with a situation like this. Okay, so it's not to everybody's liking, but given the circumstances, I think that the government has actually conducted themselves quite well here. Now, in relation to the Victory Day parade, that is going ahead. That is going ahead this Saturday coming on the 9th of May, and it's beginning at 11 a.m. in the morning. Now, ideally, I would have liked to have cancelled the parade, but the government has deemed it likewise, so they haven't done that. So anyway, that is the latest, guys, of what is happening here in Belarus in relation to the Mexican beer. So another question that I got was, are the shops open? Let's go shopping. Let's find out. Let's go. Wow, check it out, dude. Welcome to the Galleria. Bit of music playing in the background. YouTube doesn't like that, but hey, hello hotties. Oh, awesome. So here we are, guys. We're actually inside this huge shopping center, and it opened about 3 or 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, and I have to say, right here today, a lot of people walking around doing a bit of window shopping, kids, etc. Yeah, just relaxing, taking it nice and easy. So we have shops, jewelry, cosmetics, everything here. Awesome. You can even go in, buy a coffee, have a cake. Who knows? Okay, so let's move on, shall we? Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm not hungry yet, but I probably will be later on. There's a couple of people handing out some flyers. Everything is normal here, guys, amidst the Mexican beer crisis. Ah, yes. So we're on to the next floor, and as you can see, the shops are all open. People are out shopping, buying stuff. It's all busy here. Everything just moving on as normal. Clothes. Some on the clothes section here. Men's clothes, women's clothes, you name it. It's all here, guys. Business as usual. All right. Let's go to the top floor. Here we are, guys, on the 6th floor, шестой étage, the top floor here, and as we can see, all the food courts are all open. Fantastic. Amazing. So getting back to a previous point that I was making earlier on in the video about why no lockdown. Okay, now I'm all for taking precautions in a situation like this, and it shouldn't be taken lightly. However, the cure shouldn't kill the patient. And some businesses should remain open. And in Belarus's case, I think it's actually adopting a sensible approach. So yeah, stand by, Asian restaurant. Awesome. Panonski. Street food, Chinese street food, everything. Food halls, it's open. So there you go, guys. Restaurants, food courts, supermarkets, Gargovnia Center, shopping centers are all open. Life is normal. Let's move on. Let's go. So guys, hope you have enjoyed the video. That is it from what is happening in the only country in Europe that isn't locked down. There may be others, but Belarus is the only one that I know of. So, on that guys, it's time to cheers, bottoms up. Na zdrowie. Catch you guys later. Do свидания. До встречи.